Hi guys, Mario Barth, Intense Tattooing. Yet another question, and I have the answer. Let's see how it goes. It's Snow White Opaque and Snow White Mixing. What's the difference? Snow White Opaque. Okay, Snow White Opaque in its original state where it is actually used to make white, right? It's I personally use it to do white areas, white solid areas. It's a little thicker color, a little thicker in compound. It's more like a sour milk on some parts. So it's a little creamier to use. And sometimes if you try to mix it with different colors, if you take like a thin color, like a blue, or a purple or a dark green, it is that the consistency of the two colors is too different. So it takes you more time to take the Snow White Opaque, which is actually what it is, what it says, an opaque colors, or an opaque color, which is actually really high in consistency of particles. And then you bring this over to, let's say, a violet, which is very low in particles, and it's very tricky to mix because one color is thick, one is really thin. You get these funny reactions when you see sometimes on when you take white and you dip it into the purple, it gets this weird moving white particles on the top. That's because the particle sizes are different and the mixture is different, and one is more liquid than the other and too thick. So there's two components which don't really mix well. What we created was that the Snow White Mixing, which makes this a lot easier for the novice. It's or for the starting tattoo artist, right? If you don't have so much experience with or your color mixing. So you take the Snow White Mixing, which is a diluted version of the Snow White Opaque, and already brought to a stage where it's easier to intermix throughout the range. So basically what happens is you don't have to worry to mix it with a blue or mix it with a green or mix it with the red. It's just giving you a better possibility to mix those two colors together. This is used as a baseline. It's not the rule of the thumb or the magic composition, but makes it a lot easier to start out on a good level, that you know you have a better dispersion in your tube, because that's really where it happens, right? It's if you work like me or the most artists out there in 2017, you intermix all your colors, right? You put it out like an artist. You put a palette of colors out, and you go from one color to another. So that's where this is really useful. And then if you need to get more, or when you get more advanced in it, then you can start mixing the Snow White Mixing with Snow White Opaque and make it a little bit more consistent. And when you do that, then you get a little bit more creamier colors. And then at the end state, as a real advanced pro, you can choose each color for its own composition, how you want to make it work, right? Like if I want to have a mixed shade between blue and Snow White Opaque, and it's a stronger shade, then I use the Snow White Opaque. If I want that same color with a little bit more translucent, then I use the Snow White Mixing. And it gives me that advantage that I have now. Instead of just two products, I have 3, 4, 5, 6 different products. So that's the difference between Snow White Opaque and Snow White Mixing. I hope it answered some of your questions. If it raised some new ones, please send them over. I'm more than happy to answer them on a continuous basis, and keep on buzzing, make the industry better.